If you've decided to get into midterm rentals in Arizona, or you already own a property and are trying to get up and running the right way, this video is going to save you time, money, and some real frustration. Because the investors who struggle in this space almost always make the same type of mistake. They overspend on things that don't move the needle, or they underspend on the things that actually matter to the tenant. Then they wonder why their vacancy is high or why tenants aren't renewing. I want to walk you through the complete setup process, furnishing, listing, pricing, finding tenants, screening, and getting the lease in place. This is the same framework I use with my clients before we ever publish a listing. By the end of this video, you'll have a real operational roadmap. So let's get into it. Before we talk about a single piece of furniture, I want to make sure the mindset is right. A midterm rental is not a short-term rental, and it's not a traditional long-term rental. Your MTR tenant is living in your property, cooking real meals, working from a desk, doing laundry, settling in. They're in a temporary home that needs to feel like a genuine home, comfortable, functional, complete, and cared for. The operators who do this well think about what the person living there actually needs, not what costs the lease and not what just technically qualifies as furnished. The standard shapes every decision. Let's start with the bedroom. The mattress is the single most important item in the entire property. A traveling nurse coming off a 12-hour night shift, a remote worker starting the workday. Sleep is not optional for them, and a bad mattress shows up in your reviews and your renewal rates. You don't need a $3,000 option, but you do need a real mattress, something you'd actually want to sleep on. Budget $800 to $1,500 per bed. Quality pillows, a comfortable duvet with a washable cover, and 3 sets of sheets per bed minimum. Why 3? Because tenants do laundry on their own schedule, and you don't want them making a bed with a damp sheet because it was the only option. Same principle with towels, 4 to 6 bath towels per person the property is designed for. Bedroom storage matters more than most new operators think. A dresser with adequate drawer space, nightstands with lamps, and a closet with real hangers. Your tenant is going to unpack. They're not living out of a suitcase for 2 months. If they can't find anywhere to put their clothes, they feel perpetually unsettled, and that affects their entire experience of the property. Now, let's talk about the living area. A genuinely comfortable sofa. This is not a decorative piece. It's where someone will spend their evenings for months. A properly sized TV for the room, mounted cleanly, an area rug, a coffee table, good window treatments that actually block light, add a throw, some pillows, a little art on the walls. The difference between a space that feels like a home and then one that feels like a furniture showroom is in these details, and tenants feel it even if they can't articulate why. Now, the kitchen. This is where most first-time MTR owners drop the ball, and I want to be specific. Your tenant is cooking real meals and they need real equipment. That means multiple pots and pans in different sizes, including a good skillet, a Dutch oven or stock pot, a baking sheet and pan, sharp knives, a chef's knife, paring knife, bread knife, a cutting board, can opener, vegetable peeler, colander, mixing bowls, measuring cups, and spoons. A full dish set for 4 to 6 people, including glasses, mugs, and yes, wine glasses. A quality coffee maker, a Keurig or drip machine, ideally both. A toaster, a blender, a microwave, and stock a small pantry starter, salt, pepper, olive oil, a few basic spices. It costs you $30 and makes a strong first impression on move-in day. The kitchen is where your midterm rental listing either wins or loses on reviews, so take it seriously. Workspace, non-negotiable in 2026. A real desk with adequate surface area, a proper desk chair, good lighting, and easy outlet access. And internet, get the fastest plan available at that address. Gigabyte fiber where it exists, or the best cable or fixed wireless option. Slow internet is one of the most reviewed pain points on Furnished Finder. Fix it before you list. This is not where you save $40 a month. Now the outdoor space. If the property has a patio or backyard, set it up. Comfortable outdoor seating, a small table, some lighting. A tenant who's living in your property for months needs somewhere to decompress outside. If you have a pool, make sure it's clean, functional, and featured prominently in your photos. Now the listing. A great property with mediocre photos will consistently underperform. Hire a professional photographer who specializes in real estate or interiors. Budget $300 to $600. Clean and stage the property fully before the shoot. Make the beds perfectly. Clear every counter, open all the blinds, turn on every light. These photos are your first impression and they do more work than anything else in your listing. Write your description specifically for your tenant. On a Furnished Finder targeting travel nurses, lead with hospital proximity by name and driving distance, then internet speed, then kitchen quality, then workspace. These are the things this tenant checks first. On Airbnb, targeting monthly stays from remote workers or seasonal visitors, lead with the lifestyle, neighborhood, outdoor space, quality of the living experience. Be honest and specific. Tenants who arrive and find something different from what was described causes problems. Tenants who find exactly what was promised leave 5-star reviews and refer people. Now, let's go to the platforms. Furnished Finder is your primary midterm rental platform. It's where traveling nurses and medical professionals search, and the listing cost is an annual flat fee rather than a commission. Activate Airbnb's monthly pricing as a secondary channel. VRBO accommodates extended stays, and direct outreach to hospital HR departments, travel nursing staffing agencies, and corporate relocation companies is a high-quality pipeline that many property managers underutilize. Pricing. Set your monthly rate based on comparable Furnished Finder listings in your specific city. In the Phoenix metro right now, well-furnished one-bedrooms run $1,600 to $2,400 per month. 2 bedrooms, $2,200 to $3,200. 3 bedrooms, $2,800 to $4,200, or higher in premium Scottsdale locations. Utilities are included in your rate. That's the market standard. Factor in your electric costs, which in Arizona summers can be meaningful, and build that margin into your monthly number. You can offer a small discount for longer commitments. Someone booking 3 months versus 1 month pays slightly less per month. This incentivizes longer stays, reduces turnover, and gives you income predictability. Tenant screening. Every prospective tenant needs to provide a government-issued ID, proof of what brings them to Arizona, an employment contract, offer letter, or assignment letter, and consent to a background check. Use Rent Spree, TransUnion SmartMove, or Checker. Look at the results and call previous landlords if available. Have a real conversation before you commit. This is your property and your asset. Take the selection process very seriously. The lease. Every tenant needs a signed Arizona-compliant lease before they move in, not a generic template from the internet. Your lease should cover the rental term, monthly rate, utility arrangement, guest policy, pet policy, renewal terms, and security deposit conditions. Work with a management company that provides a professional lease or consult a real estate attorney. Since Arizona landlord-tenant law applies to all rentals of 30 days or more, this document is your protection. Getting your first tenant. Once your Furnished Finder listing is live and your photos are strong, inquiries come in relatively quickly, particularly if your location is near a hospital campus. Respond to every inquiry within an hour or two. Speed and professionalism in your response make a real difference. Move qualified candidates through the screening without dragging it out. A good tenant has options. If you want help with any piece of this, the property setup, the listing, the screening, the lease, or ongoing management, that's exactly what my company Sun to Summit handles. And I'm a licensed Arizona realtor. So if you're looking to buy a property specifically for this strategy, I can help from purchase all the way through operations. Subscribe for more Arizona real estate and rental content, and drop a comment below telling me what market your property is in. I want to know. See you in the next video.